What's going on, guys? This is Berz. I want to talk to you today about the Bobro Engineering QD mount. This one's particularly for the Aimpoint Micro T1, but you can use it with any red dot like this primary arms that follows the same mounting as the Aimpoint T1 does. So this primary arms follows that, so it fits as well. But what I want to talk to you today about is the QD mount. So a lot of people will say, why do I need a QD mount? In general, a lot of people will say, well, I have a co-witness with my backup sight, so I don't need a QD mount because I have a co-witness. Well, if something happens to your glass and you can't see through your glass for whatever reason, then your co-witness is pretty much, shit. So at that point, using a QD mount and having the ability to just throw this thing off of your rail and having that clear sight for your backups or your flip-up sights is definitely something that you need. So QD mounts to me are integral in the build that I have right here. Yes, I can use a co-witness, say the battery goes out or whatever. I can flip this up and I'll have a co-witness of whatever it is. They sell different ones, a third, I think a half, and a full co-witness, etc. or whatever. In my system, I like to have the ability to take this thing off if there's some sort of catastrophic issue with it to where I can't see through that glass. So that's basically as far as the basics of QD mounts and my explanation of it, but I'm sure there's a zillion other people out there can talk about that as well. But let's get down to this Bobro in particular. This is made of 6061 T6 aluminum. It weighs in only at like 3.5 ounces, made in the USA, and this thing is a tank. You'll see that it actually does come off the side somewhat, which and then initially I wasn't a really huge fan of. I don't like having chunky stuff on the rifle. Haven't really seen it be a problem, and let's talk about what makes this pretty unique. Number one, you can't just flip this off. It actually has a locking mechanism back here that you have to push first, and then you can pull this off. So it has that kind of safety feature built into it that I do like. Now, given that whole situation with the safety and all that, that's why it is a little bit chunky. So it definitely is a little bit larger than what you'll see on some. Have I seen that become a problem? Absolutely not. I have not seen this catch on stuff, mainly because of me being right-handed. The rifle is usually slung with this part towards all the plate carrier, chest rig, whatever. If you are a left-handed person, you might see this get caught on stuff. I can't really talk to that as I haven't seen it, and I've had some other people use this rifle and they haven't complained about anything. But that's basically what happens. So what I've done is I've taken this on and off multiple times, went to the range. It's held zero with no problems. Let's go ahead and take it off here. Let's see, it comes off extremely well. Once you hear that lock, I mean, this thing is a tank as far as the actual mount goes. So you can see here, made really well. Definitely is solid, which is what you want in a mount. A lot of people will go out and buy some cheap mounts. They'll move around because they're not engineered right, or they'll break because they use cheap ass screws. This does not do that. The screws that are on here are ready to go. Mounting it and all that stuff, perfection all around. Let's go ahead and take a look on the inside. You can see right here is where the lockup is. You can see it pushes it. It gets to a certain point, and then it locks it in. And you cannot, like I said, even if you just pull this out, cannot disengage that at all till you push this, and then you can disengage it. So I've been really impressed with this Bobro Engineering mount. They make really good stuff over there. Made in the USA, like I said. Some of the other things you'll see is, does this work with fatigued hands very well? Does it work with gloved hands? All those things come into play. I've used this with gloves, and just pushing this button, there's no problem whatsoever with that. Now, of course, in a stressful situation, you're talking about fine motor skills with pushing this in, but I haven't seen a problem with it. There's a nice large area right here for you to pull and get that mount off. So I've seen no problems with it whatsoever. I've used it for probably about 2 months now and had no problems whatsoever with it. So I've taken this thing on and off my rifle dozens of times trying to get the zero to come off. It's stuck. The zero does not move. Multiple times taken on and off. I've done some things as far as bumping into it on purpose with some barricades, to the sides. Haven't been able to, move that zero. But I really do like that safety mechanism because it, even if you were to pull it off, it's not going to come off if you get it caught on something. So other mounts on the market, you just simply, pull on it and it could come off. You know, this one definitely has a safety mechanism built in, which I do like a lot. So pretty much, you know, the only thing I see here with being, you know, as far as being critical, is they could take this and make this a little bit smaller on the side. You know, it definitely is a little bit large. You can see down the crease, that's how much sticks off to the side. They could, you know, definitely bring that in, but I believe that's a part of their whole, you know, system of locking up and the mechanism they use. So I'm not sure they'll actually be able to do it. That being said, I haven't had a problem with it, so I can't complain about it and say, hey, this is an issue, because it's not, and it hasn't been on my my usage. So if you guys have any Bobro engineering stuff, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, or better yet, make a video about it. And until next time, later.